So I wanted to point this out. So this is Mary's head 3 weeks ago. So this is 3 weeks it's been in here. You see all the hide is still on here, right? We just threw this in here and the chickens have kind of pecked away at it. But the reason I'm showing you this is this hide is super strong. It's super thick. We did the same thing with Shimmer last year. We put the head in here, let the chickens do their thing. Once we moved the chickens out, we threw her head in the compost pile. And I found it earlier this week when I was tossing it. And it's amazing what happens inside those compost pile. Because I'm going to show you, you see this, she's got this full hide. And I'm going to show you what that compost is going to do to this over time. Because I'm going to try anyways. I found Shimmer's head. I put it at the top, so I'm going to try to find it. So later on, I'll show you from here to what the compost pile did. It's loud and not empty. So later on in the video, I'm going to show you what compost can do from a head, from a cow head. It'll look like this, then I'll show you what it looks like. What we found, what it did to Shimmer's head. So, all right, good morning. It is Saturday, March 9th. We are 3 weeks removed from slaughtering Mary. We've got a full day today. Hopefully we're gonna finish up. We're gonna break out the saw, and attempt to cut some ribeyes and everything else. So, and the soup bones, and we hope to finish today. So we're gonna grind. We learned some lessons. Put a lot of the grinding components in the freezer so they're cold. Natalie also wrapped an ice pack around a portion of the grinder to keep it cold. Last Saturday when we were grinding, the meat was too warm. You want to keep it under 40 degrees, and we just weren't thinking. We don't do this often enough to remember things like this. So tips and tricks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a whole bucket of grind, and as soon as we get enough, we're gonna throw it in separate bowls and start throwing them in the freezer to keep them cold, so that we're just gonna grind all day, and hopefully we finish up today. Last week you saw I screwed up and I brought the wrong rib section up, and it was fine. Natalie actually salvaged that, so we ended up, instead of cutting rib eyes, we've got some rib roast, so, which is fine. Again, this is a milk cow. I'm not overly concerned. I was upset with myself just because I couldn't believe I did that. The original plan was we were gonna grind everything anyway, so it is what it is. We screwed up. You guys saw that screw up. Look, if it was a beef cow, I would not be as forgiving of myself, but it's just a milk cow, so all good, all good. We'll take you along with us. Here's this compost pile I was just talking about. I'll bring the tractor over, and we're gonna toss this again. It's heating up in there, so I'm gonna I'll try to find Shimmer's head too. It's amazing what that compost pile did to I mean, it cleaned it up, so I'll show that to you later as well. All right, so hose is frozen. We didn't do a good job draining it. We haven't been milking Annabelle because she's pumped full of hormones. So we've just been calf sharing all week. It's Saturday. We just wanted to get her in and try to milk her. Natalie said she's pretty empty. So I don't know that it's necessary. We thought, hey, we've got some time, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get her milked. But it's a good sign that she's completely empty, because that means Maybell's just been on her 24/7. So I'm gonna go in and try to milk her. We'll toss this compost, and then we'll hopefully this hose will start running. We need to clean this out and then we'll go butcher.
She must have just drank.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't worry about her.
I mean, she is empty. All right, so that was uneventful, but that's good. We want to make sure that Maybelle has been drinking off. She was empty. I'm gonna go get the tractor and hopefully, so when I tossed this, I think I tossed this Wednesday, this thing was steaming, so it was pretty cool. It's on fire and it's already shrunk. I mean, it's shrunk down compared to how tall it was even on Wednesday. And I believe Shimmer's Head, I told you guys, Shimmer's Head is right up top here. So when I get that first bucket load, hopefully I'll find that. So I'll be right back. Shimmers. So this had full, this thing is steaming. That pile is doing what it needs to do. So when I put this head in there, it looked just like Mary's. Isn't that amazing? I mean, this thing is smooth. It's crazy. All right, there you go. So this will probably, I mean, this will be ready here. I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of stuff in here that's good enough to put in the high tunnel. So probably next week we'll dump some stuff in there. And you can see this thing is just steaming. So all good, all good. Keep in mind, all of that started with this. That's all that is. There's no, I mean, there's some dirt in there, but it's manure, it's spent hay. We muck it every morning. It becomes a pile. You keep tossing it. It snows, it rains, it gets moisture. We're not even out here watering this thing. We're not, you know, in the past we'd be out here with the hose while we're tossing it, adding some moisture. We haven't done any of that. So it's literally mucking the stalls every morning into a pile, and then we toss it. We didn't even toss it for weeks. We just started tossing this thing a few weeks ago. So ideally, if you're tossing it a couple times a week, it'd be perfect. So there you go. And the head, the cow head is amazing. And you guys saw how steamy that thing was. It's crazy. That I showed you Mary's head earlier, and now it looks like that because of compost. Crazy. All right, we're all done. I don't know what's going on with the water. This is why we drain the hose. No.